What if I never find anything better? The doubt always creeps through my mind.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see a woman crying in a video, complaining that she's unhappy in her marriage but won't leave because her husband fully supports her financially. We'll also watch another woman claim that women are the ones who sacrifice in marriage. Plus, we'll hear a man's response to the first woman, stating that men don't avoid their responsibilities. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming to hit 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Let's get started.
I hate being fucking married. I long for the day to be single again. The only thing that's causing me to stay and stick it out is because I've been a housewife for 10 years. And to get back out there in the workforce with a mental illness, there's some fears that I have. But I literally do hate being married. So y'all know how I say that I always use my content to push my pain into purpose, make y'all laugh. A lot of this pain is connected to my marriage. A lot of it. I just try my hardest not to put it out there, and I'm still not going to go into detail. But just know that this shit is not fucking gold. And no matter how much I try, no matter what I do, at the end of the day, I still just want the fuck out. I want to be single. I know I can love myself better alone than anybody can love me with them. I love who I am, but I do not love who I am with this person. I hate being fucking married. And on my life, once this shit is over, I would never fucking get married again.
Stop it. Get some help.
Responsibility is kryptonite for women. They want to be single yet married. Married in the sense that the man finances their life, but single and being free to do whatever they please. Here's the thing. There's a type of woman who hates what her life has become and blames her husband for it, even though she's the one who hasn't given her life any real purpose. The other issue here is responsibility. A man doesn't complain about supporting his wife, even while carrying all the responsibilities of the household. Maybe he's tired from work, coming home to a wife who complains about him for everything. Add to that a dead bedroom, because with her attitude, intimacy is the last thing happening in that house. But in the end, that too will somehow be the man's fault. However, this brother responded to her perfectly in the next video.
I hate being fucking married. I long for the day to be single again.
Then leave.
The only thing that's causing me to stay and stick it out is because I've been a housewife for 10 years. And to get back out there in the workforce with a mental illness,
Right.
there's some fears that I have.
I'm sure there are, sweetheart. You got on here with the alligator tears. Just ranting. There's a couple of things I want everybody to watch. Let's do the male version of like the opposite of her, right? Mr. Provider Man. I hate being married, bro. It's just, I long for the day that I'm single again, dude. Because for 10 years, I paid all of her bills, but like, I never had to wash any of my own clothes, cook any of my own milk, change any diapers, do any child rearing. I never had to clean the house. Like, that's the only little eensy beensy thing. Like, that's the little tiny thing that I'm just afraid of, like, to divorce her. Like, I haven't had to stroke my own meat in 10 years. And like that's the only, like, those are the only like little itty bitty things that she did for me. And so like if I could find a way to like replace her and the little few things she did for me, like take care of my entire life, I would have divorced her yesterday, bro. Yesterday. And then it's like I have this mental illness. And like forget the fact that she's been the main person who's had to deal with my mental illness. Just watch me cry and feel bad for me. Right. Right. That's how fucking stupid she sounds. This man has provided for you consistently for 10 years. You're online crying because you want to be divorced from him for like so bad. And your biggest fear is having to replace what he provides you. That's interesting.
It's funny because it's true.
Do you know how many men have to go to unpleasant jobs with terrible bosses, all for the well-being of their family? You often hear women talk about men's mental health, but how could it not deteriorate when they're almost always working, sometimes up to 10 hours a day, only to come home and be told that everything bad that happens is their fault? But you'll never see a man complain about doing it, because it's his family. He understands that it's his responsibility to provide for them, and even under constant stress, he keeps going. Meanwhile, a woman who doesn't work, who has all her needs covered, who is given a home, the only thing asked of her is to keep it clean, take care of her own kids, and cook meals, will still say she's miserable. And yet she'll blame the man for her own existential problems. The worst part is, she'll complain about doing more around the house, when ironically, there are machines that do everything. Washing, cleaning the floors, even doing the dishes. All she has to do is press a damn button. But look at this next woman's comments. They're truly infuriating.
I believe there are many reasons why cishet marriages are on the decline. And I'm not going to talk about all of them. But one thing I do think that has become very present to most women and men is that marriage is a safety net for men. And it creates essentially a village around him to prop him up. And for women, it is a risk. Marriage comes with risk. And the reason I say that, and it's not always the case, there's obviously nuance, but when you get married to a man and tie up your finances with him and have children with him, you take on a level of risk. Because typically, women are the ones who leave the workforce to care for children. Women are the ones whose careers take a back seat to their male counterparts. Women are the ones who are left without financial security when they stay at home with their children. Women incur a risk. They also incur a risk to their mental health, their emotional health, right? When you marry a male partner and he expects you to prop him up and to support him, to carry the mental load, to do all the domestic labor, to prioritize his career, to bear children for him, then you are viewed as a tool to his success. And in like historical cishet relationships, it didn't flow both ways. I think there's tons of marriages where it does, and that's, mine is one of them. But it's not common for everybody to have that type of dynamic, to have a partnership that truly does flow both ways, where you both have financial security, where you both have emotional security, where you both have ample opportunity and support to achieve what it is you want to achieve. There's tons of data around the fact that men who are married live longer, and women who are married live shorter lives, and women who are single live longer lives. Women who are single tend to be happier, right? There are these statistics, and men who are single are less happy. And there's also statistics around men following a divorce or the death of a partner getting married very quickly, whereas women will stay single for longer, because marriage, traditional marriage, was built around men and creating success and happiness for them, but it was not centered around women. And so they are less happy in traditional marriages. And so that is why I talk so much about finding equity in a relationship. That is why I advocate for women to always have some sort of social safety nets around them, because marriage does come with risk. And that might sound negative, but I believe in the institution of marriage if it works for you and your partner. I am obviously married, but I do think it comes with a risk. I have taken more hits to my career and to my mental health becoming a parent and a wife than I believe my partner has. And that's not his fault, but I think that is societal. It is, our world is built for and about and in support of men. And marriage is a part of that.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Marriage only benefits women. If it were so harmful, why do most women prefer to get married rather than just cohabitate with a man? It's because marriage provides legal benefits. In the event of a separation, there's a legal framework ensuring that the man's earnings are often split 50-50, benefiting the woman, not to mention cases where the man also has to pay alimony. What I hate the most is when a married woman sells the idea that marriage is all about suffering. But let's consider the alternative. Not every single woman ends up successful in this country. Women may graduate more often than men, But they're also the ones who carry the most student loan debt, credit card debt, and even mortgages. Single women, especially over 50, have less savings compared to men. Sure, they have freedom, but without children or emotional support and being solely dependent on themselves, even with a career, which likely comes with student loan debt, they're always at risk. If they get sick for just 1 year, they could easily fall below the poverty line. But of course, nobody tells them that, because apparently, every woman will be wildly successful. Then you wonder why so many women end up on the streets, working odd jobs, or resorting to the Blue app. It seems the message about being a successful single woman didn't quite reach them. They couldn't accept the harsh sacrifice that is marriage. And remember, the same woman preaching about marriage being hell is still married and living in that so-called hell.
This, you hit the nail on the head with this one. That's exactly how I feel. Because he has great qualities about himself, and that's what make me work so hard to stay and try to fix it. But unfortunately, we get along perfectly apart than we ever do together. I honestly believe at this point in my life that he was supposed to have been a friend. I was supposed to friend zone him and not actually marry him. Because you're absolutely right. I do love him as a person, but not as my partner. And that's a horrible, horrible feeling. And he ain't even cheating, from what I know. And the only reason why I put up the video is because I didn't want to feel alone. I needed to feel related to. I don't get that often. I don't have a lot of friends in the physical. Most of the people that's close to me live very far away from me. So physically, I don't have people to lean on, to go to confide in. So thank you for saying this, and I appreciate it. I'm going to be okay.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
When you hear a woman say things like this, it's clear that the real issue lies in the bedroom. As a partner, as a man, he fulfills everything that's asked of him, but in bed, he's not meeting her expectations. This could be a problem on his part, or it could be a lack of initiative on her part, because even in that aspect, it's often expected that the man is the one to make the first move. But let me tell you something. The Bible says a wise woman builds her home. If you see where the problem is, instead of complaining about him, why not look for solutions? Why not take the initiative and be that person in the relationship? If your man isn't the one initiating intimacy anymore, take on that role, be the one to do it. But many women don't want to make that effort because he's the man. He's supposed to do it.
I didn't tell the details of what's going on because I don't want to paint my husband into a bad light. He's not a bad guy just because I don't enjoy the marriage. It just means that we're not agreeing to the point where we can enjoy our marriage. Nor am I up here to tell a story. I'm just telling you what I'm going through from a little bit of information, boo. That's it. That's all. I done said it before and I'll say it again. You can tell a whole lot without saying a whole lot. Too many times we sit up here and give a little bit too much information. Okay? So we don't have to do that anymore. Use your imagination. Anyways, with that being said, I know that there's my perspective and there's his perspective, and then there's somewhere in between, there's the truth. Meaning both of us is at fault in some type of way. We just don't see it. But time is good at revealing things. So, let's just see what time tells.
Brothers, do you know why it's often said to keep a woman on an emotional roller coaster? It's because it keeps her interested in her man. Before I go any further, let me clarify. I will never support infidelity. But when a man acts, listen carefully, acts as if he's unfaithful, it triggers a sense of competitive panic in a woman. Why is he taking calls in secret? Why is he always so well dressed? Why is he shaving so often? Now he wants to go out at night, and he seems so happy all the time. This creates competitive panic, making him occupy her thoughts more. She starts feeling the need to treat him better because she senses she's at risk of losing him. Absence, anxiety, and uncertainty will always be your best allies. If she always sees you as a sure thing, she'll never feel the need to improve because there's no threat or urgency to treat you better. No fear of losing you. I'm not telling you to be unfaithful. I'm telling you to learn to prioritize yourself and make her prioritize you. How do you do that? By putting her on that emotional roller coaster. What this woman is missing is a bit of stress from her man. A return to his masculine polarity that shakes things up, that makes her angry out of fear that another woman might have him. This is what leads to her giving you the best intimacy of your life, because she doesn't want another woman to take her man. Women are naturally competitive. If they don't feel threatened, they don't improve, and they certainly don't value you.
For real, a lot of y'all just some miserable ass bitches. Seriously. And my content shows it. Anytime you're going through anything miserable, people flock to it. It's just exposing exactly what they need to be working on. They think that they're supposed to be here to judge me, when really I'm reflecting their own fucking weakness. Especially the fucking bitches in my chat talking about something. Oh, my man would never. He makes me very happy. We're still dating. He spends money on me. So if you're so fucking happy, then why are you so negative about my situation? No, bitch, refund that bullshit. We all know. Misery loves company. You ain't fooling no motherfucking body. That's why I say it's for better or for worse. If everything was supposed to be peachy and cream, then why the fuck is worse up in there? Yeah, Go tell it to another bitch that's gonna believe it. Cause I don't. One thing I don't do is strive for other people's relationships on this app. Cause bitches will say any damn thing trying to pretend like their relationship is better than yours. No, you ain't, hoe. You just as miserable as fuck too. Bitch over there fighting for her life too. That's why they so quick to pick up on your shit. Because they feel like, oh, well, she going through something worse than mine and everybody know about her shit. So let me kick her while her down. Maybe that'll make my miserable ass feel better. And it the fuck down, punk ass. And yes, relationships can get to a very healthy, happy point. But you have to work for it. It don't just magically happen. This shit ain't a box of Lucky Charms. There's not a pot of gold at the end of the fucking rainbow. Okay? That's exactly why I don't have a lot of friends, because people are too fucking fake. Go ahead and just admit to it. We all been in the same damn thing. We done been cheated on. We done been lied to. We done been manipulated. We done been controlled. We know what the fuck it's like to raise children, pay the bills. And so go ahead, girl. Refund the bullshit. Okay? And y'all men too. I'm so sick of y'all inserting yourselves in women shit. It just shows who the fuck only raised you. Ass.
You see what I mean? Women are naturally competitive. Just look at the comments on her video. My husband is better than yours. I treat my husband better than you. What's happening to you is because you're a worse wife. What does this do to her? It makes her angry because she feels the pressure of being told she's failing at taking care of her man. That's why I say, when your woman is constantly creating problems out of nothing, even though you're treating her well and giving her everything, the issue is that she's too comfortable at the top of the roller coaster. You need to bring her down and start acting like a man. Create some competitive stress. Start dressing sharp, take a private call, text someone in front of her, go out well-dressed for a weekend. Don't always stick to the same schedule, and don't force intimacy. You'll see how she'll first get angry, but then come back trying to give you the best intimacy of your life, because she doesn't want to lose her man. That's why narcissistic men, or so-called chads, are so desired by women. They keep them on that emotional roller coaster, which pushes women to qualify themselves for their man. Brother, if she wants to be treated like a princess, she needs to earn the favor of the king. Drizzle, drizzle. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why do you think this woman is unhappy in her marriage? Do you believe that all women who never got married are successful? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.